Swimming pool, Steve here with what will probably be a very quick swimming pool equipment installation review. Not a whole lot to see here. Basically what you see is what you get. This is an on-ground pool where this pump is located above the water level. So as you can see on the suction line, there's been a check valve added and then a ball valve and a nice long straight run into the front of this pump here. Now, I think I would have preferred to see the ball valve first and then the check valve. I like that because the permanent side of the ball valve should be connected first in case you need to do any repairs. Like what if that leaked right there? There's not a lot you can do. Whereas if the ball valve is first, you can close the valve and isolate everything on this side of the line. That's why I like the very first connection to be not the union side, not this side of the ball valve, but the bottom side there. But I'm just being picky here. For an on-ground pool, this is very clean and nice looking, and the fact that they added that Jandy check valve there at all to prevent the water from tracking backwards. And so that's what this is. If you don't recognize that, the purpose of that check valve, because this pump is located above the water level of the pool, when you turn the pump off, the water in these lines drains back to the pool. So every time you go to start your pump, it has to work really hard to draw all that water back up from the pool, lift it up through the pipes, and then into the pump. Now with that check valve there, when the pump turns off, a flapper closes and in theory, as long as the system's airtight, will prevent water from traveling backwards through the system. So the water's already sitting right here. It didn't travel backwards. So as soon as you turn the pump on again, it just has to fill that short straight run it in. It's a lot easier on the pump. The priming cycle is what kills your pump. It's not the day-to-day operation where it's just running 24/7. It's where it has to work really hard to draw the water up, especially for a pump that's mounted above water level like this one is. Okay, so we come out of there. Oh, look at that, arrows. Nice to see. It's always, this is a very simple system, and really the arrows are not needed. It's pretty obvious where it's going. But the more complicated the system is, the more important it is to have something like this. It makes it easier for the person who's working with the system on a day-to-day basis, the pool owner. They might not be that familiar with plumbing installations, which just helps to sort out a little bit of the mystery as to what's going on here. Again, this system only has a couple of pipes, so it's really not a big issue. But still, something that I like to see, and it's clear that the installer cared about this here. I do see a little bit of transition. We've got some rigid pipe coming up. We've got some flex pipe. We've got a union there, some more flex or rigid pipe. So it kind of just looks like it was a little mishmash of what they had, but I like that they put the unions in. So into the filter, back down into the filter, single union valve, ball valve, and then out. And that's it. Again, I would prefer to see that valve, the very last connection on there, as opposed to having it here and then some 90s and some couplings, it looks like there. 90s and couplings. I would prefer to see this valve last. But all in all, for an on-ground pool, this is a very clean installation. From a flow dynamic standpoint, there's no street elbows at all. None of the spa flex is clamped. It's all primed and glued. This is actually quite good.